Today we're going to learn how to write basic major and minor chords. Sometimes we refer to chords as triads. That's because they contain 3 notes. So a triad consists of a root note, that's the note that we build the chord from, and then for a major chord we add a major third above and a perfect fifth above. So for a minor chord we start with the root note, and above the root note we add a minor third and a perfect fifth. So if we know our intervals, then we can write any major and minor chord. So let's demonstrate, shall we? So first of all, let's do a simple one. We're going to build a chord on the note C. So that's our root note. That's our fundamental note that we're going to build the chord from. And so the chord will be named by the root note, and depending on what the interval makeup is, we'll determine whether it's major or minor. Okay, so above the C, we need to add a major third. So E is the third note above. So remember, major scales have major intervals, so C major scale will help you understand what a major third above C is. And we need the perfect fifth above the root note, and that of course is C, D, E, F, G. Always count the first note as 1 whenever you count up in intervals. So C, E, G, so that is the chord of C. Now let's try C minor. So again we start with the root note, but this time we need a minor third above. Okay, well the major scale, C major scale, helped us to understand what a major third above C was, and that was E natural. So to get a minor third, we'll put the E, but we're going to have to lower that down to E flat to get our minor third. And of course then we do need our perfect fifth, just like before. So both the major and minor chords have perfect fifths. All right, so C, E flat, G is going to give us C minor. Okay, so depending on what note you start, you can use your intervals to create this interval profile and therefore create the chord from any given note. So let's get a little more interesting here, I think. Why don't we try the note B? Let's create a major chord above B. All right, so if it's going to be B major chord, well, we need the root note, that is the B. And now we need a major third above B. Well, if you think about B major scale, you'll know straight away what the third note of B major is, and that will help guide you with your intervals. So what's the key signature of B major? Well, we can use our simple Father Charlie sayings to help us do that. B major, what comes before B in the alphabet? A. Father Charlie goes down and. Okay, so Father Charlie goes down. So the third note above B will be the letter D. So always count. Use your fingers if you need to. So B, C, D. Count B as 1. B, C, D. So the third above is D, and it needs to be a D sharp because B major has a D sharp. Now we need a perfect fifth. So what's a perfect fifth above B? Well, what's the fifth note above B? So B, count B as 1, B, C, D, E, F. So it's going to be an F of some sort. And let's see, what's in B major scale? Father Charlie goes down and, so father, so it's got an F sharp, and there we have it. There is the chord, the major chord of B major. And now, if we wanted B minor, we would have to start with the root note, but then instead of having a major third, we would need to have a minor third. So we would lower the D sharp down to D natural. Of course, we don't, if there's no other context, we don't have to actually write the natural sign. And we still need our perfect fifth though, so that'll be the F sharp. And so there's the chord. So wait, here's the chord of B major. And now here is the chord of B minor. All right, let's do one starting on a flat, I think. Some people think that flats means minor, and it doesn't. So to determine if a chord is a major or minor chord depends on the intervals above a given note. So let's do one on a flat note. Let's try E flat, shall we? So E flat, and above that we're going to need the third and the fifth. So let's think about the key signature of E flat major. So being flats, we say the rhyme backwards up to the scale we're looking for, and then we go one more in the saying. So we go battle, ends, and sometimes you can just write down the flats there if it helps you remember what they are. So battle, ends, and. All right, so we need a third above. We need a major third. Now, what sort of G are we going to find in the scale of E flat major? Well, E flat major only has 3 flats. All the other notes are naturals. So G natural fits with E flat major. So E flat to G is a major third. Now we need the fifth. What's the fifth note above E? Let's count. Don't forget to count E as 1. E, F, G, A, B. So we need a B. Now what sort of B is it going to be? It's going to have to be a B flat. So E flat major has a B flat because battle, ends, and. Okay, so that will have to be a B flat. So there's the chord of E. I'll just move our little flats out of the way there. And this will be the chord of E flat major. So to do the chord of E flat minor will be quite straightforward, because all we have to do is start with the root note, and then for the third we need to lower the third a semitone. So G natural was the major third. So to get the minor third, the G natural will be lowered down to a G flat. And of course, to get the perfect fifth, we already know that's the note B, and we know that a perfect fifth is the B flat. All right, so there we have some examples of how to make any major or minor chord. And the important takeaway, again, that you know your key signatures. Using your Father Charlie sayings, you can work out any key signature. And then you need from there to be able to work out your major intervals and your minor intervals. And then you can learn the formula, the interval formula, of how to make either a major or a minor chord. And then you can write any major or minor chord above any note. Go forth and write lots of chords.